And now the meeting is starting. Great. So this is Brother Sage with the Conversations That Matter. This is sponsored by shivambu.org, the nonprofit organization that's bringing great awareness and education about the Shivambu or Urine Therapy use and movement across the planet. We have special guests on tonight if they found their way to the link and can understand how to use this technology. Dr. Radshak Mal-Lota, who's been a urine therapist, a renowned and an appreciated and recognized urine therapist and urine therapy educator for well over 50 years. He was going to join us. I don't know if his wife was going to join us. And Professor Vijay Gupta, possibly his wife, Indira Gupta, who's been a professor of water science at the University of Colorado and many other prestigious places in his illustrious career, was also going to join us because he's been involved with urine therapy on and off since 1984. So it's very exciting that they would join us. It's now 1 minute after the hour. Right now it's Brother Sage, and we are going to have patients in the waiting room. If anybody else has joined the call, please come on. Let's see who you are. And if you have any questions or comments or anything you'd like to address me for now, I seem to be the only one on the call. The questions I was going to ask him is tell us about yourself and what's your background and your career, and move into how did you get introduced to urine therapy, and what is your work with it, and how do you work with people, and what kind of responses and feedback and results are you having? For me, I've been a wellness practitioner since 1979, and it's been quite a career, studying and teaching and being a provider of wellness services, healing modalities, spiritual practices, and discussions, talks, seminars, radio shows, et cetera, including television shows in the last 2 years. On various subjects from health and healing to spiritual purification, physical immortality, fasting, cleansing, as well as urine therapy. And so I've been involved with this work since 1994, mentored by the book Golden Fountain by Cohen Vanderkroon and The Secrets of Youthing by Leonard Orr. Both of them were my inspiration. And I had my health challenges, and so I started bringing the sacred water back into my body and using it, and finding results are happening quickly. By maintaining the discipline of this practice for 26 years, you can see it's been working. And I'm more clear, and I'm more present, and I'm healthier, and I'm getting more things done now than I ever have. It's been a joy to do this. For those who don't know, I wrote a book that became a bestseller in the urine therapy movement, the Shivambu movement. The name of the book is Healing Water from Within. Many of you have seen the book. I happen to have a copy right here. This will be reversed, but you get the idea. Healing Water from Within. It came out in July of 2018. You can get this on Amazon or reach me directly for a signed copy. And this is the talk on urine therapy discussions with urine therapy experts, urine therapy authors, urine therapy advocates who've been at this for most of their career. Dr. Lota, you might have seen him quite a lot on Facebook. I almost crossed paths with him at the Water of Life Symposium in 2018 in Las Vegas with Anthony A.K. King and the incredible water family up there. But I've stayed in touch with him. We've been watching each other, being able to assist people who have questions or concerns about their health, about the use of urine therapy, whether it's internal or external application, whether it's through the nose, the feet, enemas, belly button, or if you're just finding your way to it, we've been able to have that conversation with people. Dr. Lota is a wealth of information. I've had a chance to interview him one-on-one last week or so. And so I highly recommend you guys hook up with him on Facebook, get to know him, ask him questions, pick his brain, his heart is wide open. He will help you with all his heart and soul. Dr. Gupta is more of a retired professor right now, even though he and his wife are now auto-urine therapy advisors for the Shivambu nonprofit. He's also, him and his wife are dear friends of mine, and so I enjoy our time together on a personal level, as also a professional level when we do a lot of work behind the scenes to keep the Shivambu organization and board of directors strong, committed, and very proactive with helping everybody to make a difference. If anybody has any questions right now, it's open for anybody to ask right now. It's 5 minutes after the hour. Here's a question I was going to ask the doctor and the professor. Maybe you guys would like to know how I would approach this. How to explain to people, this is one of the questions, how to explain to people why Shivambu or Orin is not an unsterile waste product like the doctors and media have always told us. Well, depending on how they would have presented that answer or posed that answer, I will say that there are many things that we have been led to believe are true by the so-called authorities and governments and medical experts on this planet. And just because they are in their field doesn't mean they understand the innate intelligence and workings of the body. They understand how to put it together, cut it apart, and medicate it. Could be why they only need like 10 hours of nutrition to be a physician in this country and in most countries. But, and the truth is that what we're dealing with here, and I just happen to have some that I collected about 20 minutes ago. Shivambu, excuse me, I need a drink. Shivambu, this golden nectar, this nectar of life, is ultra-filtered blood plasma water loaded with micronutrients, kicking ass alive compounds and substrates and trillions of stem cells. So why would you not want to drink that? Why would you not want to put that on your body? When your mind moves to a new idea and it can accept it, a paradigm shift will occur with you, and you will get to know a water so unique and so life-giving and so life-changing that you will wonder why you never thought of it before. But once the door is open and once somebody reveals to you that there is something that your body produces that will heal, regenerate, and handle all your hunger needs, as well as bring you a calmness and a joy that you can't find outside yourself, you will go nuts when you start using it and find out, wow, there's something to this water. No wonder they call it auspicious water of Shiva, or the Lord of the universe. So I would tell people that whatever you heard may not be the truth, because there are approximately 20 to 30 million people practicing this therapy modality or protocol on the planet right now. It has been my honor and joy to not only meet majority of the movers and shakers and advocates and leaders and authors and enthusiasts, but it's been my joy to collaborate with them and co-create with them and produce all kinds of things to help further the message and the education and awareness of Shivambu and the Shivambu work. Now, Shivambu is a calling for people. It is has been for many, many people. They hear it, they see it, they want to know it, they move toward it. It moves toward them, it moves out of them. Whatever happens with Shivambu, it transforms people on a cellular level. And so this is what I've got to say about Shivambu. It is the savior of humanity. It can transform you in ways you never would have imagined. Hi, come on the call. Hi, Vijay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, guys. Can you put on your microphone? Oh, you got that on your camera?
Yes. Can you see us now?
You need to switch your camera on.
Turn on the switch.
Well, right now you're audio, which is a good start. And people, I've been talking about you guys, so it might be good if you could, right now, hi.
Hello.
Hi.
You made it.
Namaste.
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 Not adios. Hola.
Hola. You can say whatever you want, even Japanese. It doesn't matter.
How about Dr. Loda? Is he there?
No, you would see him on the screen. So far, you just see me on the screen. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I started the call at the top of the hour
Yes.
without him, without either one of you.
Okay.
So basically, you've been talking about Shivambu and a little bit about you guys' background. It's just kind of like a lead-in to hopefully you guys would have been on this call.
So you are telling us or everybody?
Well, right now it's just you and me and anybody who's watching. The Zoom has the ability to have a chat section where people can do live conversation, questions and answers, but it doesn't seem to be working right now, and I probably need a tech guy, but we're still going forward.
Okay, well, we are
Hang on. What is not working?
the tech.
But right now, you guys and me, we're working. We're what's happening right now. So are you ready to have a talk?
Well, if they can hear us,
They can hear you. You're not thirsty, are you?
no. Well, if they can even hear us, that will be good.
Yeah, if I can hear you, they can hear you.
Yeah.
Now what happened?
Can we ask to, because we just got an email from Dr. Loda. Did you get that?
No, I didn't read it. So
Because it was about 10 minutes to 9 o'clock our time. And he's saying that he's not having that savvy. So he's relying on you.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to check the WhatsApp. He did not get back to me on WhatsApp.
He's talking about WhatsApp.
That's one of the ways that we have been communicating.
Yes.
And
India,
I
it's
sent
very popular.
I sent him the invitation to the call through WhatsApp.
Yes.
So he'd have the link. And no telling what happens in people's lives.
Yes.
So
No, I think this is considered as an experiment
of course it is.
to bring people into the conversation, and we can develop the technology. If you need the tech support, then you write down what are the steps that we all follow, and then we are on.
Okay. Well, basically what I need is a tech person who can do all the bells and whistles and take care of all the settings while myself and the guests all get to talk without having to interrupt our line of thinking.
And you have to also, Brother Sage, you have to think how you were able to communicate with these people from England or China or other parts of US.
Yes.
Maybe they can shed some light when we are really kind of wanting to make it a regular communication platform.
Right. This is part of our learning curve.
Exactly. And how it is being done in the easiest and most harmonious and I would say tech-wise,
Okay.
that people
Well,
can access.
right now we have this time available to either talk about what brought you to this moment following the Shivambu or auto urine therapy trail of yours, as well as to discuss what's going on in the worldwide movement. That's really exciting too.
Well, let's start with Vijay.
Well, I can tell you, I wish I was doing AUT, what I am doing now, after all the damage has been done. Otherwise, till you came on the scene, I was taking it easy, not doing it. So my eczema and imbalance wouldn't be there.
Mm-hmm.
So
But now you are all fired up to do it.
I'm doing it.
You are doing it. And you are doing
But you
it.
see, it is more difficult to reverse a condition than to not allow it to happen. Prevention.
Right. So you're on the other side of that. You kind of missed the prevention stage, and now you're into the return back to balance stage, right?
Yes.
Well, thank goodness you have the use of auto urine therapy and have enough wisdom and discipline to get back in the swing of things.
Yeah, I am.
Plus, you have my support and the Urine Therapy of Colorado community to also kick you in the butt if you don't do it right.
Well, I am in one of your, in your book, you mentioned that urine has stem cells.
Yes, trillions.
So I am just relying on AUT to do my healing.
He's saying trillions of stem cells.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And that was, we found that out in a scientific article. It talks about stem cells coming through urine. They don't necessarily, when you see these peer review articles in the scientific journals and so forth, they tell you the ingredients, the compounds, the components, there's 3,000 of them, they go on, but they don't connect the dots. And so that's our work.
Could you elaborate on the connection of the dots? What we can do that can connect the dots for them?
Well, you know that world as probably as well as I do, is that they're steeped in something that their mind can understand. So you have to be able to speak their language and go at it as a scientific approach or an intellectual approach or a medical approach. It's like when you talk to an attorney, you have to speak their language, et cetera, et cetera. So I would say either you guys or Jack or somebody understands how to write these together, these peer review, these articles. That's the kind of thing that we've been stepping toward so that we can present that.
Well, in that connection, the science is based on evidence. Evidence comes with research, data, theory, equations, observation at its best.
Right.
So how we can use these tools to verify, standardize, have that approach which science is based on.
Yes.
And I think for that, we are, interested in engaging the open-minded scientists, researchers, medical professionals to come forward.
So I think today, the conversation with Dr. Loda is a very important step.
It's the beginning of this agenda, international agenda.
Right. And to have people that are recognized in the medical profession gives us a lot of credibility. I have a feeling that there's going to be some medical whistleblowers that know about this. They're going to come forward and say, I had it. I got to tell the world.
Yes, we need them.
So what happened to Dr. Loda?
My sense is that he didn't understand the technology or his life got interrupted. Something happened.
Okay, so can we make a call to him? Like a Skype call or?
Yeah, we could, but we'd have to end this call to do that.
Oh.
I mean, if we could do that with a split screen, I need someone who could do that technology. But right now I've got my iPad propped up. So my hands are free and I can look at my notes. I wrote down a whole bunch of notes, everybody. And this gives me a chance to be more free flowing with everybody.
So do you know how to have double screen technology?
I think we have a better shot at just when we're done with the call.
Yeah.
We'll see about bringing Dr. Loda into a Skype call with everybody.
Yeah, I think Skype or, Vijay wanted to know what's WhatsApp, how it works. Is it almost like a Skype?
It's like using a telephone through a computer. It's digital, it's internet based. And so you can Google it and they'll give you an app or a way to install it on your computer. And then all you need is a camera and a microphone and you're good to go.
Now we are off. We can see our brother Sage. Yeah, now we can. Okay. So as far as my input is concerned,
yes, Indira.
We have to have very basic approach to this on an international level by engaging people who are open, people who are at, like they don't have any other approach that they can do. They have tried everything. and if they would be interested in having, join us to add more data. That yes,
Right.
like our friend Jack Gray.
Jack Gray.
We have been telling him for some time, and he started doing it, and we just got an email from him last night that he's been doing it since December 4th or something, and he's dedicated to it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what we need, because you have to register that here, that this is going to do.
I'll
Yes,
be back.
this is what is needed. Can you get up? Slowly. That can help people like him who have tried, and they want to really kind of dedicate themselves fully to this, and ultimately it is a gift, it's a grace that has been going on since the ancient people in India or China. They put it together to really kind of share it when the time is right, and it's been going on.
Right. And it's been building as a momentum. I used to say this was the resurrection of the Shivambu movement, but no, it's been building in the background, and it's coming to a tipping point now when I've discovered over 30 million people from Germany to China to UK to Africa, South America, Indonesia. There's a lot of strength, and there's a lot of people that are just grooving on the relationships that are being built and the support, thanks to social media and the Shivambuhood. More and more people are able to find a place they can talk about things that they can't normally talk about. So this movement is very liberating, is building every day.
Also, we still have to respond to the international petition that somebody had started in India.
Right.
And we have to update ourselves what's happening with that, and see that we add more people to it. And some idea, as I will have to show you this report. This report has just come out. I will have to show you. Can you see it?
Can you get a little closer? Or just tell us what it is. No, lift it up. Effective thought waves on crop plants. Awesome.
This was collaboration for last 3 years. And the idea is to really experiment on how your mind is so powerful. So you bring your mind frequency to lower level of operation, means theta wave. Right now we are in beta. We sit down and just watch our thoughts, close your eyes, whatever works. You calm yourself to a level you are able to go into alpha wave, which is 8 to 14 cycle per second. But with practice, more positive intention, and you go into theta wave, 3 to 7 cycle per second. And when you go even deeper, 1 to 3 cycle per second, you are in samadhi. Almost you are there to just not be there. And so this one was done with going into theta wave. So how about, yes.
Is that a book?
Yeah, it's a report.
There's an email.
Okay, there is an email from whom? Apple.
I've not gotten an email from anybody, and I'm checking WhatsApp, and nothing from Dr. Loda. Did you get an email from him?
No.
Vijay?
From Apple, no. So,
No problem.
what I'm sharing with you, that suppose like
Could
yes.
you just please just a
okay,
minute?
go ahead.
The last email we got,
Yes.
he said, I don't know that how to meet each other. I don't have much knowledge of mobile, etc. I gave my WhatsApp number to Brother Sage so can call video. Regards.
Did
Right.
you say that?
Yeah, I've got his WhatsApp's number, but I don't know if it works unless you get WhatsApp. If we're going to do all three on a call.
Oh, yes. You have to have, both sides have to have WhatsApp.
Right. So you can either get it through your PC, and probably there's some way you can install it,
Yeah.
or there's other technology like a cell phone and an iPad
Yes.
that people get it. So however you can get it, but I think Skype will work fine, won't it?
It should. I mean,
And
it's the same principle, I guess.
and maybe Dr. Loda is a little intimidated by technology. I mean, some people will look at it and their brain will just blip out, and other people pick it up like that and go, well, I've been waiting for this.
Okay, but anyway, going back to the report here,
Yes, please.
what we have to do is lower our mental frequency, think about the purity of intention, why we want to do this, to share it with the whole world. And this is my platform, that when you do that, you go horizontal with millions of people. I mean, I go back and see where I was on the planet, which places I visited, whom I met, because it is all here, the faces, and the teams, and the situations, and the circumstances, and how we met. And with Vijay, I have been traveling all my life, it seems. So I go into that lower mental frequency and spread myself horizontal to cover the whole planet and beyond.
So Indira,
impacts.
Indira, while we're talking about Shivambu, can you tell us about your background in auto-urine therapy, and what is your intention for doing this work with your Shivambu organization in Boulder? Where do you see this going?
Well, I think that I really kind of knew, being from India, that was happening all along. But in 1978, I really wanted to kind of know more about it. So I asked my yoga teacher at that time in 1978, around maybe summer, and we wrote an article. Means he wrote an article, but I asked the question to enlighten us or give more input about this.
Mm-hmm.
So that is online. People can access it. And
the letter from Swamiji?
yes, no, the article from Swamiji.
The article from Swamiji, yeah. We probably have it at the hut. If not, remind me, we'll put it up there.
And that really kind of made me, with an open book, open, like a clean slate, to start something. And my first experience actually was with my dad, who was taking many allopathic medicine, and he was tired of it. He was a Gandhian who was more receptive to something like this. So when I mentioned to him, and I said, even Mahatma Gandhi did that, and many other people from India were doing it, who really understood the connection that we make with ourselves by doing it. So my dad went to one of those ashrams in, Mahatma Gandhi's ashram, which is based in the place where I'm coming from, Ahmedabad. And so he got some books, and he started doing it, because he was so self-motivated to experiment, that if Mahatma Gandhi was proposing some things, or Morarji Desai, okay, he went on and he did that. He felt very good. He would massage and, do all the whistles and bells and whistles. So that was the first exposure that I had, that it works at whatever level, it lifts you up.
And what were you doing? Were you doing topical use or internal drinking use?
You mean my dad?
No, you, when you started.
That came as a last resort when I was bitten by these chiggers in Oxford, Mississippi.
Okay.
And my gosh, that was the only thing that helped, my scratching. And because I had that mind that I don't want to take any medication, or, I was by myself, and, Vijay was away on some trip. And so I said,
How soon afterwards did the sting from the chigger bite go away?
and I had to apply it a few times, but it will subside. It will subside when I apply. And then, in a couple of days, it went totally, without any scratching or pain or anything. So that was my first experience that, wow, this works. And if it works for something like this, it can work for many, many things. And so I started reading some of the books and got myself acquainted with this whole idea. And then in the 90s, this is like, experimentation does not mean that, yes, that is the book.
I have your copy. Thank you.
Yes. And so I think that this is how it needs to be addressed, that you experiment on your own and see if it works. And
I have a question for you or Vijay.
yes.
When you want to introduce it to people, how do you handle their negative association that they were convinced or programmed by the medical profession or the media that it's not what we say it is? How do you address that with people?
Well, the best way I handle it, that this is out there. When you are ready, when you are able to really see the bigger picture, the interconnectedness, and even the name itself, Shivambu, Shiva. I mean, everybody knows Shiva in the world now.
Yeah.
So why something like this kind of a so-called medically or mindsets, if it is considered something that is questionable,
Like a theory. It's a theory.
Yeah, people need to connect with the name itself, Shivambu, water of Shiva. Why they gave that name to this so-called controversial practice,
Yeah.
Then you add the medical stuff, and then you add all these questions and, like inquiry and doubts and things like that. It's a treasure to really understand. But let's put this question, that why it was even called Shivambu.
Good.
Does that
Good.
make sense?
That makes sense. And ultimately, people who trust you don't have a lot of considerations to work out.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that in my life. People know me by my practices and my health practices and so forth. And once they see that you're getting results or that you seem to be a happy person, they may want to know what you're up to. And I have more and more people who will start drinking just because I told them to believe me.
Yes. I think that the respect that they have for what we are sharing with them and how we are sharing with them.
Yes.
And with a golden platter in our hands, we are offering this. So that will make our intention, purity of intention, connect them at a very high level of our human existence.
Right. And it also feels like, Indira, that there's a lot of mind mail communication going between you and this other person, where they intuitively going, well, I'm feeling a pull toward it. It's like us, it was a calling. For some people, it's like, it doesn't even go through their mind. It's like all of a sudden they go, and innately their body goes, yeah, that's for me.
So bringing the mind mail, I have to share with you that I would say, practicing, researching, putting it into like a everyday practice with many people as we speak for 1 year.
Yeah.
It was like around January last year, 2019, that I do that, and I'm getting responses. Now I'm going to verify and open up the discussion with people, family, friends, colleagues.
Mm-hmm.
If they but for my consumption of my practices or my inquiry or my research, mind mails work. If this works,
Mind mail works.
this is exactly the mind mail. Ultimately,
Yep.
at the core is mind mail, because you are using lower mental frequency of your mind to really go and target a project, or target a thought, or an approach that the world can benefit without any expectation, without any interest, self-interest or ego or all kinds of attachment to it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I think we need to really share with world over, with your forum, with our forum, with our nonprofit,
Right.
Shivambu Hut. You see?
Well, I'm excited that we started the Shivamba organization, and particularly as a nonprofit,
Yes.
to be able to be a leading voice, excuse me, for the message of Shivambu. And because of all the resources that are available to us and all the contacts that we're making thanks to social media, we're reaching a wider audience, and more people are finding their way either to the Shivambu Hut or the many Facebook urine therapy groups.
Yes.
And this is an unstoppable movement right now. So
Yes.
eventually we're going to meet up with the medical associations, the medical industry, one way or the other. The people who need to get to Shivambu are going to find their way with or without their help.
Yes. And we are letting that mind mail sent to all of them. We are not discriminating against anyone. So that will create the collective consciousness to rise, to give it a try, or look into it, or hear us. Let them come when they are ready.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to meeting up with some doctors, not to go out for some coffee, but to have some tea together.
Yeah.
That would be a...
Brother Sage,
Yes, Vijay.
I think we lost Dr. Loda.
I think we did. And
No, can we just send him an email that we are on, and whatever works?
well, if you can send him an email right now, I'll hold out for a little bit.
Yes,
Hold out for...
we can do that. Because he sent it to all of us. So let's
do that now, and remind him that the link to get on the Zoom call is on WhatsApp.
Okay.
I don't know if... Remember, you had mentioned that you could not get any email to Dr. Loda because the email was bounced back.
Oh.
Remember, it didn't work, the email I gave you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he sent me another email.
So let's do that right now. Whatever he has sent, he's on.
Yes, and if you can forward me that email sometime, I'll have the email address.
Yes. Okay, so let's send him an email that this is going on, and what is the best way, at least even he can hear us if there is no cameras.
Yeah, and then when we're done, if we get him on, great. When we're done, I'll send both him and you a recorded copy of this conversation.
I think that's a great idea.
And we can edit it and trim out some of the parts if we have to.
Yeah, okay, but right now Vijay is sending Dr. Loda saying our Zoom meeting is going on.
Right now.
Right now.
And
please join us if you can.
Even for, even if he can hear us, he should connect.
Yeah, if he can hear us, he's got to be watching this on either, he's got to have found his way to the Zoom link. I mean, I posted this on Facebook a couple times last night. So however he finds his way to it is how it's going to play out.
We have to tell him that he should connect the Zoom
link
with Zoom.
Come Zoom with us.
Okay, so please connect even if you can hear us, and access link Zoom.
Yeah, to be on this call.
Yeah, you add one more sentence.
Click on the link and you can join us. That's how it works in this world.
Zoom meeting, no,
Oh, yeah.
link.
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 It has a link. It has a link, both the internet as well as a phone. People could call it in.
Okay. Please.
We've got incredible technology to do this.
I know. Link Zoom. Yeah, Vijay has given even the Zoom website.
And can you CC or forward his email address to me?
Yeah, I am.
Thank you.
I'm sending.
You are on. Brother Sage is CC, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you will get his email.
I got it.
Okay.
It looks like the same one. Oh, well, as long as you reached out to him, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Has to be.
Oh, let me ask you a question.
Hmm.
To either one of you, what advice would you give to upcoming urine therapy educators and therapists? What advice would you give them how to get started and do this work?
So these educators and everybody, are they already doing it?
Well, these are people who have been following me and they want to do what I do. If they want to be a therapist, a consultant, or a teacher, what advice would you give them?
I would say first, live it. Live
Practice.
this. Yes, practice. And, put meditation at the core of it. That ask 3 questions: what, why, and how. And the nature will give them opportunities, ways, technology, personal contacts. Opportunities will open up when you are at the level where you are meditating on this to help anyone, including the practitioners, counselors, people who want to do that. Unless you really kind of connect it, that what, why, and how.
Right. Plus a direct experience.
Yes. And also the purity of intention. It is not an ego trip. It is not a money-making machine or anything. That comes later. The idea is followed by everything else. Intention followed by everything else. What is offered to the human race?
Right. There's one more element I would love to discuss with you. Now, I've been at this for 26 years, so I have a direct experience. I have a knowingness of what Shivambu's power and vibration and consciousness is. There is a level of transference that takes place with the new people where their faith and their confidence in Shivambu is so well anchored that nothing anybody asks them will shake them, and they can help people out in ways that you couldn't imagine.
Yes.
So to me, it's about having an all-time high confidence and faith in what this is about, which is basically a faith in your presence in your own soul and your nature.
And it can be as an anchoring.
Yeah.
I mean, what is the meaning of faith or belief or living it?
Mm-hmm.
One has to really, whatever is the anchoring that they feel,
Yes.
they know. I think it would work. It would work.
Yeah, I agree, because I have people all the time and they ask me a question. Now, I've been a holistic health practitioner since 1979. So I know that if they ask a question, there are many more variables and components to that answer than just yes or no. Like if somebody asked me the other day, is this good for diabetes or is this good whatever condition? I'm going to probe. I'm going to say what your diet, your lifestyle, your attitude, or your spiritual practices. There's more going on than just drink the magic potion and everything is beautiful again. They have to do lifestyle changes and diet changes and clean out their intestines to have these results really last.
Yes, yes. I mean, we have to be proactive.
Yeah.
And the other new concept is being developed as we speak is self-care.
Yes.
What is healing? Healing is, I think that what you know about healing. It is not just what you think, how you think that helps to really connect with auto-urine therapy and its benefit.
Yep, I totally agree. So it's a personal journey, and it's going to take the intention and the motivation of a person, particularly with the people who've been coming our way that are desperate and they're not getting answers from the medical profession. They got a lot invested in this working, so they're going to be more proactive.
I will bring two eyes, instinct and intuition.
Yeah.
Okay. People can even use those two tools to get connected with auto-urine therapy.
Yeah.
What are
And
those? Intuition and?
Go ahead.
What is it? Intuition and what I just said? Intuition.
Intention.
Intent. No. Intention is there.
Oh.
Intuition and Vijay, I always forget that.
Instinct.
Instinct.
Instinct. Come on, use your instinct.
Instinct to survive. Does that make sense?
Yes. And haven't we bumped up to thriving beyond surviving by now?
Yeah. yes, we can.
In Boulder, I met way too many people that had survival, and they haven't gotten breaking through into prosperity and abundance. So it'd be nice. We'll just send some blessings to people right now.
Of course. That's part of the second phase,
Yeah.
And, the prosperity, the money follows the idea. It's not the other way around. That people have to understand.
Yes, very much so. I have one last question, then I'd like to ask you, Indira, is to leave us with a prayer when we close the call.
Yes. Okay.
It can be a Lakshmi Puja, whatever. What?
No, I'm asking.
Yes.
Dr. Loda, it seems he got lost.
He got lost, but I'm sure he'll find his way back. We'll leave some crumbs or some pea stains everywhere. He'll find his way back.
And drops.
We'll leave little drops that remind him where he's going.
Okay.
So, Indira, let me ask you this last question. This is for both of you. Can you leave our viewers with some words of wisdom they can take home with them today to live a healthy and happy life?
Only it has to be one word.
However you want to answer it.
Whatever you want to
have a quality of life.
Or what treasure they can take with you after this interview. What is that word?
Or words.
Where do I type?
Type.
No, just look at the camera and give your answer.
Okay, the message is prevention is better than cure. You do whatever you can to prevent an illness, because once the illness happens, it makes it very difficult to cure it. Okay.
Thank you, Vijay. Indira, do you have a message or words?
I really feel that the peace, internal, individual peace can bring peace all over the world. And peace is a very integral part of doing this beautiful, beautiful gift therapy to really bring world peace, peace of the whole universe through individual peace. And auto-urine therapy gives you that as a platform, because whatever the mind and your thoughts, if they are brought to that level of peace yourself, not fear, not this, not that, but peace comes and it permeates to every level of your existence. personal, family, community, your country, and the whole world. So, message of peace with AUT.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
So
So
we're not going to.
What? Now we want to hear what you have to say in the closing.
Are you still there?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Something happened here. I lost you. Oh, you're still there?
No, we are here.
Okay, my iPad fell. My closing statement is more than ever, be kind, be gentle, and be loving towards yourself, because we've been fighting and resisting our love and our light for way too long. And it's time for us to shine. And the best way to do that is to treat yourself like you're precious and you're a beloved. So start by practicing that with yourself, and then bring that out to everybody else who comes into your life.
Self-love.
okay, the last question.
Yes.
What do we do to connect with Dr. Loda?
We'll do an attempt to meet with him once we finish with this call. We can call him through WhatsApp, or we can reach out. What time is it in India right now?
India.
Right now it's almost like 10 o'clock our time.
Hang on, I will find out.
9:51. You Google it.
We may have to try tomorrow.
Yeah.
Brother says I'm looking.
He's asking Google to say, because you know the time change, mountain time, Pacific time, Eastern
Right.
time.
Yeah, Google could convert it for you.
Yeah.
10:21.
Okay, so they are here. It is almost
Is it tomorrow?
10:21.
10:21 tomorrow night
Not
or tonight?
tonight.
so there it will
Tonight.
be morning. No, we have to
No,
find out
no.
from him.
Tonight.
But tonight, our time, there it will be morning.
No. It is night there. I just checked. 10:21.
Right now, it is night over there.
Okay. Once we finish this call, we can reach out to him and see what we can set up for the next time.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. We can send him an email, and you please update us what has come out. Maybe he's still sitting there. People don't go to sleep early in India.
Right. As soon as I get communication from him, I'll pass it on to you guys.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Brother Sage.
Have a beautiful day.
You do as well. And you got the email about our next meeting coming up on the 12th.
Okay. We'll read that. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Namaste.
Enjoy your call.
Namaste.
And namaste.